Well, hello everybody. Whew. Been crazy. As I know, I posted earlier today about the 7 second supposed project anchor. Um, 7 seconds of no gravity did not happen at 2:33 p.m. on the dot. Did not happen. Uh, wow. Like I said, and I usually call BS on certain things. This is definitely one that I hardcore called BS, and it baffles me to this day of why so much of this instilling fear on people is constantly played out. Um, I had a hardcore feeling about it that it was all bull crap. Uh, Common knowledge usually as well to know certain things that I never even heard of, except on here. It's been talked about a few times. Then yesterday it was really crazy on this situation that was brought up, and it's insane, unfortunately, how people do this just for views, for comments and subscribers and all of that. But you got to learn to know who's who and what's what. Now, like I said, I was blown away by WF uh, bringing it up a few times yesterday and the day before, because WF usually he knows usually what's BS and what's not. Um, Now Giovanni, he posts whatever. He goes on and looks at certain things, and then I think he's following WF, and that's really what he comes on there and talks yappity yap. Lately, he used to be really good on what he talked about. A lot of stuff that was to the point and made sense and was common knowledge. Um, but lately, I don't know. He just really latching on to the BS too much and going out there. I don't know if he's losing a lot of followers or people because of what he talks about. Um, so now he's trying to gain, maybe. I don't know. Like I said, Giovanni used to be good. WF, I don't know what happened to him. Um, Usually something like that he would call BS on or whatever, and for him not to, and him really to be hardcore on it like it's fact was just mind-boggling. Um, to the point where I'm just soon like I'm done following some joke like this. Giovanni, been considering for a while. Um, some of the stuff, yes, to the point that, but lately I don't know. This 7 seconds of gravity I knew was bullcrap because you got to remember, for decades and decades, nothing like this ever happened. And there's been wormholes, black holes, dark matter in space for decades. Um, we've had the sun. Come on, we had the sun send shockwaves to us, and nothing really crazy. But we did have some things happen. That would have been more understanding. But like I said, when you're considering something like this, if so-called gravity would stop, you got to also consider the fact, okay, gravity's going to stop, oxygen's going to stop. That's just 100% fact, and 7 seconds is a good bit of time to. It's a good bit of time that it not more than 40 million not make it. So it's mind-boggling, very, very mind-boggling. So when I heard this a long time ago on Reels and stuff, because I pay attention to a lot of stuff from Facebook, TikTok, Instagram now. I wasn't big on Instagram. I'm not really big on TikTok either. Uh, my main focus is Facebook Reels. A lot of stuff goes from TikTok to Facebook Reels anyway, and some things from Instagram goes to Facebook Reels as well. So I'm not too big on those two factors, but it's mind-boggling to see that something like that would be going on, and it's I laughed even then. So yeah, when I seen all this going on and talked about it getting real heavy the day before yesterday and yesterday, it really was hardcore. Now I did investigation. Now the planets are did line up today. There is a meteor shower that's going to be going on till pretty much the till the following day, morning, early morning, like 2ish, 3ish in the morning. So that is normal because it happens every year, um, kind of in the same range time frame and that. So that I knew was expected. Really hardcore. Really looked into that. And like I said, you got to be really careful nowadays with certain people that are trying to get more views, trying to get more followers, trying to get more subscribers. And it's a shame because you're supposed to come on here and spit facts, not disinformation, not lies to gather more people. It's just a shame that that's how it's going to happen nowadays, unfortunately. But that's the whole matter of things nowadays. It's just insane, unfortunately. So you got to really be careful on who you're following now. And it's shocking. It really is because once you're getting so many people to follow you, you don't need to give disinformation out or follow other people's scene, man. Like if someone else is talking about something, you don't got to say about it as well. Okay, if you're following them or if you just are constantly seeing something and now you got to speak upon it and do your little research to get a little more information that's not being talked about, that's BS. It's just unfortunate. It really is. I spit facts, a lot of my stuff, and that's why I called this BS, as well as I called that lady, that psych lady, trying to say that when them games happened in Florida, that there was going to be a mass abduction. I called BS on that. It really is, and it's unfortunate. It really is unfortunate that things like this goes on, and it's sad because you're supposed to be on here spitting facts, spitting information that's true. Or if you don't know, you would say that. Like, hey, and you ask your viewers, you ask your followers, you ask the people that possibly are going to pass through your, channel and see it, and you're questioning them how they feel, what they think about it. That's what it's really about, man. Like communicating with who you're going to possibly come through, and that's going to come through your channel and that. And that's what I'm about. I like to spit truth. I like to spit facts, documents that I've actually seen, documents that I know that is 100% real. I've read it. I mean, it's simple, man. It's really simple that you can go on the government website and look at your declassified files and really read up on them. And it's unfortunate. I've been following some other people that go out and they, practice, work on their First Amendment and seeing how people take it. I really have a lot of respect for those type of people because I see what they go through. I see a lot of people just that are regular Americans don't like to be recorded for some reason and try to justify what they do. And then unfortunately, now there is some that I do not respect that go on there to get that kind of attention and antagonize. I do not think that is right because that is not the purpose of your First Amendment. You're just looking for a situation to happen and to justify what you do, but it's not really justified because you're antagonizing and agitating people on purpose. If you're going out there, you pull out your phone and start recording around and you just keep your mouth shut and someone comes at you, it's a different story. Okay, because that's factual, that happens. So, but it's also these people that are antagonizing that situation and using the First Amendment as an excuse gives these decent people that are just recording, keeping their mouth shut, a bad name. So I feel horrible for those people. It's really sad, unfortunately, that happens. But like I said, it's just about the information that people are getting is BS, and now they feel some type of way. It's the same thing with this. You're getting information, now you're feeling some type of way. And that's what I don't understand, Giovanni. I'm talking to you and WF. Like, I don't understand. Like, you got a lot of followers, a lot of subscribers, a lot of viewers. It just blows my mind that you would speak on something as if it's fact, it's actually going to happen, compared to factual things that you know. And something like that. And the name don't make sense. Project Anchor. It's more of like we're anchored down. And so it didn't fit the 7 seconds of no gravity. So it's shameful that you guys went that far to extent. I'm sorry if I'm putting you on blast. If you don't like it, you can message me. I don't care. But I'm going to tell you it's the facts. It's the facts, my friends. Like, you cannot be putting false information out there and putting fear. That's instilling fear into the community that people, stress about something like that worry about something like that, and it's causing fear. And we cannot do that. We're supposed to be in here about caring for our viewers, our subscribers, and giving them real information and factual information. Not putting fear in there. So if you do feel some type of way myself from you guys, because especially you, WF, I followed you for a long time. God, since you first came out, pretty much, I've been following you. So, Giovanni, you've been recent. It's been only I think 8 months that I've really been following you. And it's just shameful that you would put something out there to, I don't know. It's just something that it really bothers me. I hope you guys do better. I'm not hoping any bad things upon you or that you lose your viewers or followers or subscribers. I'm just hoping that you improve and stick to the facts. Because it's going to get you a lot farther. It's going to get you a lot farther and where you need to be at with facts, man. Like, keep to the facts and the truth. That's just like the constitutional, that's facts. Constitution, you read through your Constitution, you're spitting out facts. This UFO stuff has been facts because it's been going on for so long. As well as, the fact of, sorry, folks, I keep moving my camera, but I'm trying to get the best area where there's not this light, unfortunately. But you got to stick to the facts, okay, and truth. I stick to the facts because, for one, I've been in these situations. I've been to places. I've seen things. I've been a part of things, and I've read documents. And like I said, my family has been in the government for a long, long time. especially my uncle Patrick St. Clair. He's been in the government for a long time. He's not telling me everything. I know he's done things for the government. Uh, I know some things that he could say, and there's things a lot of things he couldn't say. I know he traveled with the government. I know for a fact he had to be a spy because he couldn't say where he's, he said, oh, yeah, I've been overseas, but he couldn't say exactly where, and to give details or nothing. Like, so it's like, okay, that's kind of suspicious. You went overseas and you can't tell me where you've been exactly. You can't, tell me, oh, if you went over there, like, to see, like a tourist and that. You couldn't even give me that. So unfortunately, I knew then that he was doing things that was for the government. And then he worked his way up to the Pentagon, to director, actually, and finally retired. And that's because of Joe Biden. I think if Joe Biden wouldn't have been a factor, then he would have probably still stayed in. But unfortunately, I do agree with. I'm sorry for those that did like Joe Biden. I'm going to point out the factors of why, because I'm not going to get too hardcore into politics. I don't like to bring politics up. But Joe Biden couldn't speak. Okay, he really couldn't speak. He couldn't stick to a certain situation, and a lot of things just didn't add up with him. Unfortunately, the guy kept having accidents. It was just like it seemed like one big joke to me. I'm not saying about the guy. And then you hear different stories that, he was taken out a long time ago and someone else put in his place and blah, blah, blah. And then a lot of AI stuff was going on. So I'm not saying Trump's any better. Okay. So don't think I'm getting into politics where I'm saying, oh, yeah, Joe Biden. Yeah, Trump. No, Trump is he's not as bad as what Joe Biden was, but he is a joke. I'm sorry. Like, I'm starting to see, and I'm sorry for the Trump lovers. Like, if you're not seeing it, then you really need to look into it, because he said he was going to do all these things. He has not done it. And he kind of seems like he has like a, whiny baby syndrome. Because when things don't go his way, it's, oh, we're going to go after him. We're going to get him. And he did that. He did do that. And he took things too seriously. So, and then messed up, because when he went over to Venezuela, there was information that, they had some weapons that just like blew Venezuela away. Now, was it on purpose somewhat to create, fear in his in the other enemies? It's a possibility. But yes, they do have weapons that will put you to the ground and mess with your senses, and that, where they don't have to take someone out at all, really. So we can get into that on another factor, because I do know that there is that. I've seen them. I used them a couple of times. So I do know they have certain type of things that people don't know about. And that's just one of many. So it's an unfortunate fact. So Russia, though, I don't know. I don't think that man, Putin, is never going to be afraid of anything. He just don't care. I don't really think. I think he cares about his people, but to an extent, he knows that, like, hey, my people do what they got to do. It's like Japan. Japan was crazy, especially with Pearl Harbor. That was insane. Really insane. But you got to remember, you got to really pay attention on who you follow. Like, we'll get back to that. And who's giving out information, because this is another information that's just, it upset me, because They went really hardcore into it, making it sound like it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. This is fact. This is fact. It's not. Um, because you didn't do your work. You didn't do your work. Go back in history. Have you ever heard of anything of the so-called fact of losing gravity when there is no gravity? Now, it's like I said, the Earth is magnetic. Every planet has magnetic. There is no gravity. The moon's gravity force is not there because it's not really a planet. And that's fact. I mean, that is fact. It's proven. Multiple times it's been hit and it rang like a bell. So something ringing like a bell, it's not a planet because no planet is going to ring like a bell. So, and guess what? It's throughout history, all the way back, that Native Americans and other tribes have said that that moon was not there before, and all of a sudden it was a great ball of fire, and boom, there's the moon. Okay, so and why is it that we never can see the dark side of the moon? They go around this, supposedly when they go out in space. Supposedly, they have to go around, okay, to come, but they never show it. They so-called lose communication in that. That's because we've never been out in space. Let's get that fact. Okay, it's all bullcrap. I truly don't think anybody's out. I don't think Russia. I don't think China, which is shockingly because China is more advanced than us. So that blows my mind. But here's the problem: they cannot get through that force field of magnet. It's a magnet, man. It's a magnet force that they can't penetrate because it's so thick and heavy waved. You're not going to get through. Now, is that called the firmament? Yes, it's called a firmament. A lot of people are taking things differently than from back in the day. You got to remember, terms were different back in the day compared to today. Back in the day, they didn't have certain letters of the alphabet when they talked. Like Hebrew and that, and Jewism, they didn't have J's, they didn't have this letter, they didn't have that letter. Okay, so your Yeshua, Y was your J, Joshua. Okay, Yahweh, and so on and so forth. Like a lot of names were differently said. It's just like the firmament. Firmament was a different meaning. You got to remember that English was non-existent. It just came up with something to make it more primitive, and languages were more advanced back then because that's the language they was taught and was brought into life about. Whereas now we got something made up so that way it sounds better, and it's more called primitive. It's a primitive language, English. It's very dead. It's very, as if you see someone that has more advanced language, like Spanish, like Italian, like Jewish and German and so on, Chinese and that, they're more advanced with their languages. When they come here, they have a hard time learning the language, right? So they have to go to a school to learn English. And it takes them a long time to learn English. Just like it takes us even longer to learn a primitive language, you'd think. Here's the thing, though. It's not. Because I see a lot of people go onto these apps that teach you that language, and a lot of people learn it quick. Compared to people that are learning English, it takes them longer. Do you understand where I'm getting from? It's a difference. It's crazy. And that's why, like, disinformation, and you got to remember, America's always given disinformation. They're saying that they over there overseas hate us. When they don't, I've been over there, and a lot of them welcome us now. Afghanistan was not as welcoming because we came and invaded their country, And here we're being told this is what's going on and this is what happened. And of course, it was all bullcrap. And as a lot of people are learning that 9/11 was, they're trying to blame it on Iranians. Now, is it fact that it could be? Could it be the Palestinians? It could be. I don't know. I don't know. I don't have nothing against nobody. I don't have nothing against nobody except our government. That's that's our, because they don't do nothing for us. Because over there, these people are doing stuff for their people. They're doing stuff for their people. They're helping their people succeed in life. They're helping these people live, and they give them the truth a lot more than what the United States, a lot of the United States wants to do is keep on keeping lying to you. And then when things come out, they find out, and then they're like, "Oh, well, we thought. We apologize. We thought." They never say, "Oh, apologize. We just said that because we're a bunch of bullcrap liars." And they don't care about their people. Over there, there's less freaking homeless people, way less compared to the United States. The United States, unbelievably, has the highest rate of homeless people because they're not raising the wages up, minimum wage. They're not dropping down on, the water bill, electric bill, gas bill. They're not dropping down on prices on car insurance. They're not dropping prices down on cars. They're not dropping prices on, other transportation such as buses and stuff. They're not dropping prices for food and groceries, gas. Come on. Mechanics are going up in price as well, unbelievably. Everything, clothing, so on and so forth is going up. Rent, mortgage, all going up, but yet they're not helping the people succeed in being able to keep homes, and rather just put them on the street. And then these poor people can't even get a job because now how ignorant America is. They see a homeless person, and they're like, "Yeah, I ain't hiring him or her." Like, oh, no, that's disgusting. And that's the ignorance of America. America has become ignorant to its own people, to its own kind, and lost all humanity and feeling for people. And it's sad. It's sad. Compared to over there, they are helping their neighbors out. They're doing basically what they're supposed to do. They're loving their neighbors. They're helping their neighbors. They're being there for their neighbors. If something happens, hey, do you need help? Do you need this? Offering it. And I see a lot of people in here that say, "Oh, well, there's people here that they go around, they give cars and they give this and give money, and they're all doing it for views." If they were doing it for the kindness of their heart, they wouldn't care about posting a video or making a video of it. They would go and just help. Okay. And it's a lot of people that's donating their money. Okay, so it isn't really a person, it's people that are helping. But do you know that if all that money that was sent, is it really all going to that person that they're supposedly helping? Or is it going in their pocket? A lot of it. Maybe some of it's going to the person, but I think a lot of it's being pocketed as well. So that's the unfortunate truth about it. It's sad. It's disgraceful. So be careful. Be careful what you're doing. There's a lot of scammers out there that will play a game like this and scam the hell out of you just to become rich. And it's unfortunate. So, I mean, I get those calls constantly trying to say they're SSI, that they're this, they're that, and it's constant. And it's like, yeah, okay, I know you're full crap. It's easy to see it, but some people don't see it, and that's unfortunate as well. So you got to be careful because that's not one. Let me get it out there. SSI does not contact you without sending you a letter, giving you a date, time, all that stuff, and and I think they also send you an email if you gave them your email and all that stuff. But there's a certain way they freaking make sure. Okay, and this is who I'm talking to. I need your birth date. I need all this, da da da, and so on and so forth. It's just like welfare. Welfare is the same way. You got to give them this information, like a docket number. It's almost like a docket number, and that's a case number. There you go, case number, and so forth, to really get access to certain things. So you got to be careful. So it's an unfortunate thing that's going on in this world. It's been going on for a while now. It's disgraceful. I do know that there's some hackers out there that are amazing. They do go after these kind of people that are scammers and try to get the money back to the people they stole from, because they can gain access to who they got the money from and so on and so forth. But I've seen some hackers that work with the FBI as well that get in, and then they push everything to FBI. FBI sends them like a virus that shuts them completely down, their whole system. They are able to access it, all their system, and shut them down. And that those are real. So those are factual. So we need more people like that to really shut these people down. And now they're getting smarter, these scammers, because now they're starting to use regular phone numbers. And it's crazy. But anyway, I really came on here to just get out there and tell you, listen, be careful. Be careful what you watch. Be careful what you believe in. From Facebook, Reels, TikTok, Instagram, you can come ask me about it. I could tell you if it's BS or if it's factual, and get into it with you. We could go on live. Like, hey, let's go on live and talk about it. And you can jump in my chat and we could have a conversation about it. I'm willing to do that. So it's great to, see all you guys and be able to communicate with you guys. That is my purpose. That's my purpose, to give you information that's real, factual, and 100% real that I know of. And now I know a lot more, even stuff I didn't know. I know now from a lot of sources. And it's unfortunate that my one source was taken out from the government. It still hurts a lot because I considered that source a really good friend. We never really physically have met, maybe twice in my whole life and his life. And it was really on the down low type thing because of the information he would be giving me. And for something like that, I know they're trying to, say that he took himself out. And I know for a fact that man, I know that man would never done that ever. He was always in a great mood. He was always, great spiritually. Had a great sense of humor. I heard a lot of people talking crap on him now that he's gone, and that angered me because a man like that can't defend himself. And it's kind of funny how before, when he was alive, you never came on and said any of that stuff, and now that he's gone, now you're trying to get subscribers, viewers on your side, and trying to get a lot of views. So that's why I had to take a break. I still see some things that anger me. I follow I follow two people that I'm seeing a lot of stuff. He's Dalton and Sacco, and they're being attacked, and then they're being bad information's getting out there and false information, and then people are twisting things, and it's really sad because they're not just waiting for the people for Dalton and Sacco to have a moment to get themselves straight and then come on and saying what they got to say if they want to. And that is their business if they want to put it out there or not. You got to respect it. But to down them, bash them, make up lies, or that is bad. Like, you can't be doing that. It's sad. Dotun and Sako have been together for a long time. They have a wonderful child. I've never seen anything that would indicate anything bad. They seem like decent people. And I watched them for a long time, and that's what I feel angered about that, because I see a lot of stuff going on. And the poor man, his mother is, has cancer, and it's not treatable. And that's possibly what's going on. Maybe he lost his mother, and that's going to affect somebody pretty bad, and especially Sako, because Sako knows, they've been been together for a long time, so I know she grew close to the mother as well. So you got to be careful on what you say, and give someone space, when it comes to situations like that. But especially about Joe. Joe don't deserve all those bullcrap lashes. If anybody got a problem with it, especially those that I've seen, come see me. I don't got a problem. Come see me, because that man was a good man. You keep on mentioning about these Freemason tattoos. That could have been a past life. You never know, man. And seen the truth and come out of it. He get taken out because of it, because he's coming out with a lot of information that you never know. But you can't bash a man that's gone and can't defend himself. And that's ignorance and stupidity. How would you feel if someone came at you after you passed, and you can't defend yourself? Learn to respect people, man. That's all I'm saying. Learn to respect people. You can't bash somebody that you don't have the true information about. It's the same thing if you're getting one side of a story and you're attacking that person, not giving them a chance to defend themselves and talk about what's true reality and prove what's true and what's not. So I've already had that situation happen to me. It sucks, and it's a shame, but we all get past it and move on. It still hurts, but we all get past it. But please respect the family of Joe, and wait till real information eventually comes out, because everything comes out. Karma hits, because God's going to come, and he's going to get the real truth out there one way or another. So I appreciate everybody that's come on here. Appreciate everything that you guys do. I will be back on here tomorrow. I'm not sure if I'm going to be early in the morning or not. Got some things to do tomorrow. But I will be on definitely at night. So hoping to be in the afternoon as well. Just look out for my stream. That's what I'm saying. If you are not subscribed, if you are not following, please do so, because you need to. You need to, because I've proven my fact on this 7-second gravity. And you can go back and look at my other streams. You can look at my videos I've posted. Come on, folks. You want truth, you want factual information, and you definitely want know and learn information. Come on here. That's what we are. Like I said, as soon as I hit some things on, I'm going to come out with things as well down the road here. Once things get more stable and situated. So be ready, be prepared, okay? Have a great and wonderful night. Get some good rest, and hope to see you guys tomorrow. Later.